Guys, today I'm filming my Shop My Stash video for April of 2020. So if you guys have noticed this year, I've been calling my Shop My Stash videos What's New and Review, and that's because I will be sharing with you guys the products that I used last month. I'll be giving you my thoughts on them, not everything, just a couple of specific products because I am doing seasonal favorites this year instead of monthly favorites, so I'm not going to be repetitive in my reviews. So I just want to link my March makeup basket up here so you guys can check that out, and I will be touching on a few products now. So I will be talking about cheek products and lip products today. So for cheeks, I first want to talk about my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Moonstone, which is this really beautiful light golden champagne shade. This has a nice, very smooth formula. It is nice and pigmented, but this is a little bit more subtle on my skin than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be a bit more blinding, and I think it's just because the base color is so similar to my skin tone. It doesn't stand out as much, but it still looks very beautiful on the cheeks. I'm not too disappointed by that. I still think it looks nice. It's not bad at all that it's a natural highlight, but I'm not as in love with it as I expected to be. So I am definitely happy I have it in a mini. Then for blushes, I had 5 picked out, and these first 2 are actually in my chopping block, so you'll hear me talk about them again in my next update, but I actually use both of these a ton, really enjoy them, and I will be keeping them in my collection. And those would be 2 matte blushes. This is Illamasqua Naked Rose, and this is Lorac Spectra. So you can tell this is more of a dusty pink, and this one is definitely a brighter, more pastel-y, warm pink. Definitely enjoy both of these colors, and I will be keeping them in my collection. So happy I put them in my chopping block and that I put them in my makeup basket this month because I did get great use out of them. Then these next 2 blushes are just classic loves of mine. This is Tarte's Captivating, an amazing peachy blush. Then we have It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi. I do really enjoy this one. It was in my yearly favorites either 2018 or 2017. I want to say it was probably 2018. I used it only once or twice this past month. It's something I love and would still definitely recommend. And my last blush is Hourglass Dim Infusion. It's a beautiful peach blush, a light peach with a beautiful sheen to it. It looked really nice on my skin. I really enjoyed this blush. Happy to have it in my collection. I think I used it 2 or 3 times over the past month. So really happy with all of the cheek products I tested. For lip products, I had picked out 6 from last month, and I told you guys that most of these were chopping block items to me, and I am actually going to be getting rid of a few of them. So I had 2 bullet lipsticks, 2 liquid lipsticks, and 2 glosses. So we will start with the bullet lipsticks. If you want to see swatches, check out my video from last month. The first one is a Too Faced Natural Nudes lipstick. The name of the line is not on the packaging. This one is in Strip Search. This is a very pigmented, very creamy nude. I think that the color is beautiful and is something that I would like on my skin tone, but because this is so opaque and so creamy, I don't find it to be very flattering on my lips. It just doesn't sit that nicely, and I'm not someone that likes to blot lipsticks on or rub it in with my finger. I don't like all that, so I will be passing this on, which is hard. It is a really nice high-end lipstick. And the other bullet lipstick I'm keeping for now, but this is something that I might declutter in the future. This is the MAC Matte Lipstick in Wagasa Twirl from the Boom Boom Bloom collection. I am wearing it today, but I put a nude gloss on top, and underneath I have a little bit of a balm, so it sheared it out a bit. And I love the packaging first off, but I'm hesitant on decluttering this because I did just buy this about a year ago, and I'm just so disappointed that I don't love this color as much as I thought I was going to. It just feels like more of a waste for me, so I'm not quite ready to declutter it, but I think it's probably going to happen. This is just too much of like a medium tone pink for me, and I do prefer pinks that are a little bit lighter. It's a nice tone, like it's not too warm or too cool, but it's just too much of a medium pink for me. So holding on to it for now, but it will probably be decluttered in the future. Then for liquid lipsticks, I have the Stila Stale Day Liquid Lip in the shade Perla. I did wear this one in a video, and I actually think it looked better on camera than it did in person. This is just too much of a grayed out pink for me. The Stila liquid lip formula is not bad, but it's not my favorite, so this is not something that I reach for very often. I've probably only worn it twice, so I am going to pass this on to my friend Jean. The other liquid lipstick is Anastasia's Crush. I did also wear this in a video recently, and I really didn't enjoy the way it looked on me. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't love it. And this formula is okay, but not great. So for me, this is another thing I will be holding on to for now, but I do want to test this more, and I might declutter it at some point. I've had it for maybe like 2 years, but I've only worn it a handful of times. So the two of these are gonna be going into my chopping block that need to be tested further. I'm not feeling in love with them, but again, they're high-end lip products that I spent money on, so it's just hard for me to want to just let them go. Then we've got my 2 lip glosses. So the first one is the Ofra Madison Miller lip gloss in the shade Sugar Cup. This is a beautiful blue tone pink gloss. It's a nice light sheer gloss, which I do enjoy, but the formula is too thin and it is not long lasting at all. Like, it doesn't even last like an hour on me, which I really don't like. I want glosses to last longer than this. This lasts like 20 minutes with just talking. It fades away, so that is a bummer. Again, this is something I'm going to keep for now, and I might end up decluttering it, which is a bummer because that is something that I bought, I think, in January. So huge bummer there, but that's another thing that is pending clutter. It's in the chopping block. And then the one lip product that I actually really enjoyed from this month, which was new to me, is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Easy Bake. It's a really nice light peachy color. I really love the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip formula. I don't know why, but something about this one smells slightly off, even though this is not old. It came out with the Strawberry Shake collection, which was only from a couple months ago, so I don't know about that, but I do like this formula. I do think the color is very pretty. So out of the 6 things I tried, 1 I really enjoy, 2 I'm decluttering for sure, and then 3 are going in my chopping block pile. So not bad. It's sad on one hand because, you know, I purchased these things, but it's also good that I'm passing them on to other people and lessening the amount of products I have in my collection. So now we're going to get into my makeup basket for April, starting with my nail polishes. So these are not quite on the chopping block, but as I may have told you guys last month, I have so many spring polishes right now, I'm not going to be able to use them all. I change my nails once a week, maybe twice, and even though I really love everything I have, I'm really going to have to look at it and edit this down, which is sad to me, but I don't want them to be going bad just sitting there. So I am going to end up decluttering polishes I actually like, which is going to be hard. So I've picked out 4 here that I want to see if I still love these as much as I used to. So the first 2 would be from Formula X, which is no longer around. This first one I've used like half of it. This is Alive. It's a beautiful peach shade, one of my favorite peach polishes. Then we have Legendary, which is a really pretty like turquoisey mint color. I have so many like this though that I don't know that I need it. So they're so cute. I love the packaging. I love those colors. Oh, it's so hard for me. This color is my absolute weakness, but I have several. Then the other ones I have, this one is also halfway used up. This is the Sally Hansen Extreme Wear Polish in Lacy Lilac. I've had this one since undergrad. It's a really great formula. It's a pretty color, but I do have other purples in my collection, although nothing quite like this. And then this one is just, out of all my 9-0 polishes, this is one I might use the least, and again, that's because I have so many spring polishes in particular. So this one is called Let It Rain. So I want to get use out of this one. I don't think I'll end up letting go of any of my 9-0s, but I want to make sure I get better use out of this one. But these 3, we will see if I like them enough to keep them in my collection to try to get use out of them with everything else I have. Then we've got my brow routine. So I'm using my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. I have just a little tiny bit left. I can't wait to see where this is at next month. Then for pencils, I am using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe, and I'm finally on to my IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in Universal Taupe. And then I'm setting my brows in place with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I've already taken out the stopper, and there is a lot of product on the wand, but I can definitely tell that I'm almost out of this. I think I probably have a week left, and then I'll move on to something else, of course. So I'll keep you guys posted next month to see what I started working on after this one, but these are the brow products that I have picked out to use for now. And next we have complexion products. This is a pretty in-depth routine. A lot of these items are in my current spring project pan. I'll have that playlist linked up in the cards in case you want to see what I'm working on, see my progress. I did sneak these items into my makeup basket last month, but I just did not tell you what was in my project pan so I wouldn't ruin any excitement for you. So you're going to be seeing a little sneak peek of progress. So that's exciting. So jumping in, I've got 3 primers. You guys know I love to combine my face products, and I put so many complexion products on every day. It's just insane. So for primer, I am starting with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Then I'm using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter all over. And then to fill my pores, I'm using the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. For foundation, I'm also using a combo. That would be the IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream in Fair mixed with the ColourPop No Filter Foundation in Fair 15. For concealer, under my eyes, I'm using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye in 10.0 Light Fair Neutral, which is the lightest shade. And for blemishes, I'm using Estee Lauder Double Wear in 1 in Extra Light Neutral. To fill in my forehead wrinkles, I'm using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15. For powder, I'm setting my under eyes with the Cover FX Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I have this little sample jar that I've been pouring into this larger container to make it easier to use. Then brightening under my eyes and down the center of my face with the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. And this one is in the shade 102 Fair Porcelain. Then I'm setting my face with a combination of the Too Faced Born This Way loose powder and the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade Fair. For setting sprays, I'm going back and forth between these two. That would be the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray and the MAC Fix Plus Original. Then for cheek products, I have the same bronzer, contour, and one of the highlights, and then everything else is different. So for bronzer, I am using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the Original Bronzer shade. Contour, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is just their medium color. They've got milk chocolate, regular chocolate, and dark chocolate. This is just the regular one. Then for highlight, I'm going to keep this in for next month as well, because this is in my chopping block. This is the Pixi Glowy Powder in London Luster. Then I am adding in another highlighter as well. I'm really excited about this one. I've only used it like twice. This is Benefit Tickle. And this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful golden pink color. Not something I would typically wear in my skin tone, but I do think I can make it work, and I think it will be really pretty with these other springy pastel colors. Then I do have 2 cream products. Some of the things in here are going to be in my Partners in Cream project. So there were things that I had last month that I did not review because I will be reviewing it and showing my progress in those videos. So my 2 cream products would be the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer and this Lancome My Parisian Blush in Rose Haussmann, which is this really pretty pinky color. So then I will show you my powder blushes. We have 5, and these first 2 are in my chopping block. So this is the ColourPop Zoella blush in Soulmate, which is really pretty like warm pink. And then I have the Balm Down Boy, which is a beautiful pastel-y blue tone pink, one of the oldest blushes in my collection, but it's something I do enjoy. Then another old blush in my collection that is a favorite of mine would be the Balm's Frat Boy. It's just a matte pinky peach color. Then I have 2 more glowy blushes. This first one is from Ciate in the shade Summer Love, which is a really pretty, and this one's more orangey than these others. The other ones are more of like a warm pink, and that's more of a true peach. And the last blush I have is Becca's Flowerchild, which is a beautiful warm pink color that is like has a bit of like a champagne to it. It's not as pink and golden as NARS Orgasm. I really, really like this blush. Becca has a great formula and that's just a really pretty color I'm excited to get more use out of. So then moving on to eyes, I actually have several things going on. For primer, I'm using the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I think I probably have a month's worth of products left in here. I may have told you guys last month, but that's where we are. So it honestly depends how much I wear makeup this month. I'm hoping to film a significant amount, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm all the way down here, which is super exciting. Then we've got some random single shadows. I'll show you those first. So this is actually a Stila Glitter and Glow highlighter. I'll try it on my cheeks, but I am going to be using this mostly as a shadow because it is smoother. This one is more of a hybrid between a shimmer and glow and a glitter and glow. This is something my friend Courtney K sent to me, so I'm excited to try this for both, but like, let's be realistic, it's probably going to be a shadow for me. Then I'm going to be using the Pixi Liquid Fairy Lights from the Miriam Maquillage collection. This one is in the shade Mirage, which is really pretty. Then I've got a ColourPop Super Shock shadow. This one is in Flower Shop, one of my favorite shades of all time. This is a pearlized finish, and I believe this was limited, unfortunately. The next single I'm using is actually a Dose of Colors Ideal Duo, where you have a cream shadow on the top. This is a color Magic Moment. And then you've got the loose pigment on the bottom. This is a really pretty rose gold, like a rose goldy copper color, which I'm really excited to use. Then I have a few more singles that I'm going to be using. This is just a little sample of a Buxom eyeshadow in La La Lavish. I know I have things similar, so I want to test this formula to see if I want to keep this one or not, because I do have some Makeup Geek shadows that are similar. Then I have a shadow that I had in last month, but I want to keep it in probably this month and next month because I do really enjoy it. It's a good neutral staples shadow for me, and that would be the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Frosé, which is similar to NARS Orgasm, except it's not quite as pink. Really beautiful, very brightening on the lid, so I love that. And then I also, this is something new to me that I've been using and loving, that I use kind of in a similar fashion. This is a Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in the shade Paradise Found, which is more of like a champagne-y rose gold color, which is very pretty. Actually, if I look at this, it's not rose. It's more of like a champagne gold with like a little bit of copper in it. So I've been loving that on the lid as well. So I'll probably use those interchangeably with these two crease and transition colors, which would be Anastasia Birkin and Anastasia Bengal. So this is transition, this is crease. Again, I love both of these shades with both of those Tarte Chrome Pots. Those are just great, more easy wearable day-to-day work looks for me. So now I'm going to show you the eyeshadows I'm using to set my primer. The same thing as last month, but I figured I would show it to you anyway. So to set the primer under my brow bone, I'm using Matte Malloy from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette. This is just a matte white shade. And then from the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, I repressed these two shades together, which would be Peach Meringue and Peach Butter. And I'm using this to set the primer in my crease. So for the other palettes I'm going to be using this month, the palette I picked up for last month was the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I created 2 looks with this, but I do want to use it more, so I am going to keep it in for this month as well. Definitely leave me a comment down below of your favorite looks using this palette. And this next palette is one of my favorites. I'm really excited to get some more use out of this. This is the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. I really love this, and I think I can get a handful of looks out of this, but I don't use the pressed glitters. I don't like them. I'll probably try them again just so that I do try them and see if I can find a better way to make them work for me, but I am excited to get some use out of this. These are definitely my tones. And then lastly, we have my single shadow palette, which has changed a bit since last month. I did end up adding one shade, decluttering a shade or two for my collection, and then just taking one shade out. I didn't feel like using it anymore. So here's what the palette looks like now. I will have all of the shades listed in the description box. So then for liner and mascara, I told you guys last month I was going to quit on these liners, but I'm going to use them for one more month. So that would be the Galactic Precise eyeliner marker and the Clinique Pretty Easy liquid eyelining pen. Then for my colored pencil liner this month, I'm going to be using my ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in Zulu, which is a beautiful mint that I really enjoy. So what I'm using today is Stila Turquoise, which is a little bit brighter and has a bit more blue in it. This one is paler and slightly more green. Then for mascaras, like I told you guys last month, I'm only going to be using my mini mascaras for 2 months. So this will be the second and final month that I use these. So I've got the Lancome Sills Booster Lash Primer. Although this one I'll probably use for 3 months. Just the regular mascaras will only be 2. And I'm using the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, which I really enjoy. And I'm layering it with the Benefit Bad Gal Bang, which I didn't like the first time I tried it, but I am enjoying this one a lot more. So if I do get more minis of this one, I will keep it. It is pretty good for like combing out the lashes and giving them a little bit more length. And lastly, we have my 6 lip products. I do have 2 bullet lipsticks, 2 liquid lipsticks, and 2 glosses, same as last month, so that's exciting. And I've got pinks and peaches in here. So starting with my bullet lipsticks, the first one is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick, the cream finish in the shade Primrose, which is one of the first lipsticks I ever really fell in love with. This is a lighter, more blue-based pink, but this is a nice creamy formula and it's a bit more sheer, which I like because it doesn't end up looking so heavy and too pale on my lips. I do really like this one, at least I used to. I used one up completely, so we'll see if I still love it as much as I did before. Next, I have an Urban Decay Vice lipstick. This is a Comfort Matte Finish in the shade Criminal, which is a warm-based pink. And here's what this one looks like. It does look darker in a swatch than it does in the tube, but this is nice because it has more of that dusty quality to it, which is really pretty. So I'm excited to use that one more. I know I've enjoyed wearing that one in the past. Then for my liquid lipsticks, they're both from Dose of Colors. So we'll start with the more pinky version, which is Rosebud, which is more of a pastel blue-based pink, but it almost has like a little bit of a gray tone in it. They're really pretty, and I actually do like that kind of color on me, even though it does seem very pale. And then the peachy liquid lip from Dose of Colors is in the shade Bear With Me, which is something I never thought I would enjoy, but I had ended up getting this in a free gift from Ulta, and I really enjoyed at least the makeup look I wore with it. I believe you probably need a specific eye look to make this work for my skin tone, but I liked it when I wore it last year, so I definitely want to use it more. Then for my 2 glosses, they're both Buxom Lip Cream. So this first one is new to me. This one is Pink Champagne, which is a very light baby pink that it looks more of like a cool tone in the packaging, but it does actually like look a little peachy as well. Very pale. And the other one is the Buxom Full Lip Cream in the shade Creamsicle, which is a pastel-y yet bright peach color that has a pinky undertone to it as well. But it's looking pretty peach and orange compared to that pink champagne. So again, we have Revlon Primrose, Urban Decay Criminal, Dose of Colors Rosebud, Dose of Colors Bear With Me, Buxom Pink Champagne, and Buxom Creamsicle. So a really nice mix of colors here, nothing too similar or too repetitive. So that is my monthly makeup basket for April. I am really excited to use these products. I think I have a good mix of new things, chopping block products, and old favorites. So I would love to know your thoughts if you try out any of these products in the comments down below, and I would love to know what products you plan on using this month. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.